So I've been struggling with my relationship with food, and I'm working with my life coach to figure that out. And so I'm gonna be making a couple recipes in the next few days and kind of just talk about my relationship with food, what it's like, what I want it to be like. But yeah, let's get started. I have started making a list of like frozen meals that are easier to make on days where I'm lazy. This wasn't one of those days, but I don't have any other options. So I'm making a Trader Joe's Korean bulgogi wrap. That's what's gonna happen today. So we've got the recipes. We've got the ingredients. I obviously am not like used to doing this, but we've got our Trader Joe's barbecue teriyaki chicken. It looked like it tasted, it looks good. And then the recipe originally called for like a green onion pancake, but they didn't have it at Trader Joe's, so we got the scallion pancakes. We love kimchi. And then the recipe also called for like a garlic barbecue sauce, but they didn't have it, or I couldn't find it and I was too lazy. So we're using garlic and jalapeno hot sauce. And it's really simple, so I just have to like throw everything in a pot, but it's gonna taste good, and so I'm looking forward to that. So this recipe is actually really simple. It's literally throwing frozen chicken in a pan, kimchi in a pan, putting them on a pancake with some sauce on. So it's really simple, but you know what? It still counts as cooking, right? So while I'm doing this, I'm just heating the pan up right now. So my relationship with food has been interesting. I have been the kind of person who has gained weight, lost weight through phases in my life, and it's been interesting. So we realized that my relationship with food isn't the best. So I do have like, in my mind, I have this concept of like bad food and good food. Bad food, I usually associate it with like desserts or baked goods. I'm slowly learning that there is no bad or good food. And so I have had an interesting relationship where I've gained and lost weight in phases. So I've done like the hardcore dieting, the hardcore working out. I worked with an Instagram influencer where I literally followed what she said to do, and I would eat more than my body was used to. But I was also going to the gym every day, or 4 to 5 times a week. And I gained about like 50 pounds. And I am at my heaviest that I have ever been right now. You know, it's funny because I was trying to work with her for support, and it was like, nope, the universe was like, no, girl, like, you are working on your body because you want a certain specific outcome, but we're not gonna give you that. Now it's really me working on my relationship with food, finding recipes that excite me. That's what I'm kind of doing here. And so I'm trying to teach myself that food doesn't have to be hard. Food doesn't have to be difficult. And I'm just taking it a step at a time. So now this pan is heated. Let me show you guys. Voila. And we are gonna throw some teriyaki chicken. I'm gonna get the scissors. Okay, scissors. That looks dangerous in the kitchen. What's interesting is, so we've got good foods and bad foods that I've started associating, that I have associated. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. I figured I should show you guys the process of me putting it in the chicken that I'm so not used to having a camera, and I gotta put this down. Oh, we've got the chicken in, but you know, I was pouring it out like this, and I didn't realize there were sauces inside. So, you know, frozen food is tricky for me, I guess. So for me, I've always seen food as something that's been challenging. It's restrictive. For some reason, I wasn't taught to look at it as nourishment, but rather as something that is a reflection of what I put in my mouth is what my body is gonna look like. So it's very more looks associated versus health. I've done a lot of emotional eating. I remember during university, I had a phase where me and my ex-boyfriend had broken up, and I was eating like these really yummy cheeseburger pizzas. And I did my university in India, and I would eat them all the time. And I gained so much weight then too. But it was my way of getting comfort to myself. And it's interesting because emotional eating, it feels like, is almost a protection mechanism. It's a way for our bodies to feel safe. And the way that I started getting comfort was in food. And specifically for me, the way it showed up was in sweets. So as a child, I was, just like told, like, sweets, you're supposed to eat very less of it. It's not good for you. You get fat from it. And so when I was a kid and we would go to like not fancy, like any hotel, and we would have, they would have buffets, like immediately you'd see my plate and it would be packed with like croissants, danishes, and everything baked. Because I felt like in my head, it was almost like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get this again. Scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. I must eat up as much as I can right now. And so that eventually reflected into adulthood, and adulthood is no fun. I mean, of course it is fun in its own ways, but oh my God, I miss being a kid. But eventually I started realizing, like, hey, like, my relationship with food may not be the best. I find comfort in sweet food. I had associations with good and bad food. And so I'm now on a journey of figuring out what feels good for me, what feels good for my body. Really tracking what I'm putting into my system instead of coming from a place of punishment, coming from a place of nourishment. Oh, there's Jessie. Hi, Jessie. I'm talking to my friends online.
Oh. Hello. Hello, Internet. Like my mustache?
Yeah, we love your mustache. Internet! See that? Did you hear him?
Me.
He said he's bad. I'm bad at everything. He's a that's what he is. So we're putting the kimchi in the chicken now. Kimchi. What I'm doing now is I'm making a list of recipes that call to me, and honestly just making them and seeing what feels good. Jessie and I moved into a new apartment. Oh, I'm putting teriyaki sauce in. Wait, let me show you guys. Teriyaki sauce. Mixing the teriyaki sauce with the kimchi. And then we got the scallion pancake on. So we are excited. I am excited for this. So my goal with this is to kind of just talk about food, what recipes I like, my journey with food, and just record myself, because why not? I mean, like, why the not? We will see how it ends up, but like, I was not expecting the first video to be frozen food, and me also failing at that. Not failing, but like with the whole sauce thingy. But yeah, look forward to more food related videos, and I will show you guys what we did with this food that I just made here. Okay?
Okay.
He's trying it. My frozen food. Oh, I thought you were gonna eat it with your hands.
No.
Interesting. Big bite. How's it?
Ooh, that's good.
Thank you. I made it.
I know.
Is it actually good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.